but they have dropped 5 out of their last 7. Duke continues to play awfully well. They pummeled Virginia Saturday 73-48. They held Virginia without a field goal for over 9 minutes in that first half against the Cavaliers, and we are underway as the Wolfpack wins the opening tip. And Duke still missing the freshman guard Caleb Foster, out with an injury, but played exceedingly well without him over the weekend. Burns getting his first touch, getting in close for the hook, and that'll drop in. Jay's only scored 6 points the last 2 games.
Well, NC State wanted to go to DJ Burns early, one, to get him going, but also to see if they could hang a foul or 2 on Kyle Filipowski, try to take his legs away for the second half. But this is where it's going to be more difficult for DJ Burns. They're going to try to put him in ball screens and drive him.
Mark Mitchell getting down deep in the paint. That's in and out. Rebound popping free to O'Connell. NC State really good about taking care of the basketball. Only about 10 turnovers per game. Here's Burns out high.
They want to ultimately get Burns down in the low post.
Bowling in against Filipowski. Laid it up, can't hit the shot, but draws the whistle. There's that foul you were talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. Go right at Kyle Filipowski. Put Duke in a position where they may have to double. You know, Burns not a bad passer out of a double team, but if you go when he's already in the lane, it's going to be too late. But on the other end, you know, they want to drive him, they want to run him, put him in ball screens, make him move. You know, he's an immovable object on the offensive end, but they want to move him around on the defensive end.
A couple of games ago, Florida State held him without a point, and he had just 6 against North Carolina. He played in deep foul trouble for most of the second half.
And foul trouble for DJ Burns means that NC State has to go with a guard-oriented lineup. That would certainly hurt them in this game because Duke has size and they can rebound.
ACC tournament beginning on Tuesday, March 12 in Washington, D.C.
Right now, DJ Burns on Mark Mitchell. He's just hanging out in the middle of the lane, but Mitchell a much better shooter than he was early in the season.
Tyrese Proctor. There's the long one from McCain, and that's in and out. Rebound tapped by Burns and out of play, so it'll be Duke Blue Devil basketball here.
One of the difficulties, if Burns is going to play in the middle of the lane and really play off Mark Mitchell, Mitchell can get a run up. He's really difficult for Burns to block out.
McCain, another one. This one too strong. We have seen him get rolling like the 35 he had on the road at Florida State, where he hit 8 threes in that game. Worcel negotiating the baseline. Burns again. Body to body. In tight. No. Tipped out. Will stay on this end.
You try to keep Burns out of the middle. He's going to spin off. Your footwork is excellent.
You see Kevin Keats 3-1 here at PNC Arena against Duke. John Shire, the win over Virginia, his 50th. He's the fastest Duke coach ever to get to 50 wins. And this is a fast strike here as Worcel will score it to make it 5-0.
Really going after the middle of the floor. And when you're guarding the inbounds man, you've got to keep the ball out of the middle. Make it go to the short side of the floor.
Proctor on the move, and that one spits free. Up ahead, Horn racing the floor. He'll lay it in. And Duke wants a timeout. 7-0, NC State. Now back at PNC Arena, this is exactly the tempo that the Wolfpack wants.
Yeah. Jared McCain just doesn't do a good job of angling his body to keep Casey Morsell just from cutting straight to the basket. And watch this pass by Michael O'Connell. What just an excellent full court pass to DJ Horn for the quick strike after that long rebound. NC State off to a great start, which you saw in Chapel Hill on Saturday. They got off to a really good start in the first half against North Carolina, but it was the second half where they just couldn't sustain it.
They missed 15 consecutive shots in the second half, and they did not bear much of a resemblance. That first half team still only lost that game by 9, and they were in it with about 2.5 to go. Filipowski coming off 21 on Saturday. The shots aren't falling right away for Duke, obviously.
Not a bad job by DJ Burns forcing the tough two.
Duke missing their first 4 to begin this one. Burns gets a clean look, and it'll drop in.
Isn't it amazing? A guy that big has such a great shooting touch and also fantastic feet. He's like a dancing bear in the post.
Proctor airborne, tough shot, gets it to go.
Tyrese Proctor was out for a little bit with that concussion, but over his last 6 games, 24 assists, just 7 turnovers. And he was really good against Virginia with those 15 points and 5 assists. Here comes a back down.
Back out from Morcell straight on.
Those are more of the shots that Casey Morcell got last year, sort of the catch and shoot variety. And it had Jarkel Jordan and Jaquavian Smith.
Wolfpack short with a triple. Makes 35% beyond the arc. Warren, who averages 19 a game in ACC play, bounces for Burns. Boy, everything going through the big fella. Gets his own miss. Can't hit that. The tip won't fall. And it's batted around. The Wolfpack will retain.
Just ran a little double drag up top, and Tyrese Proctor had to switch off on Burns. That could not have been pleasant.
Talking speed demons and how the Wolfpack want to play it tonight when we come back to PNC.
I bought 3 of the same.
Keats and the Wolfpack are 3-0 in this arena against Duke when they come in as a ranked opponent. And if they want to keep that stat going, Coach Keats said it starts with the unrelenting amount of pressure that they have to apply on the defensive end. In those prior 3 games, they forced a combined 53 turnovers. DJ Horn told me, we know this is basketball, but we want to make it more of a track meet. Get stops on one end and transition points on the other end. We've already seen that on display. This is a team that's second in the ACC in fast break points already, guys.
And Angel, it's a unique challenge to play against Duke because they have a number of shooters on the floor, but they can also drive it. So you have to take away the shot and the drive. That's a challenge.
Ryan Young now in the game for the Duke Blue Devils, and a turnover nearly. It's going to be Duke ball. They got the block but could not pick up the basketball. 15:45 to go here in the first half.
Jaden Taylor into the ball game now for NC State. He has been so good over his last 5 games since he's been coming off the bench.
That's going to be a foul on the Wolfpack. Horn trying to guard Roach there deep in the corner, and he'll pick up the personal.
I know everybody seems to know this. You don't want to foul jump shooters, but especially when you forced a challenge jumper and Jeremy Roach even falling away a little bit, make him make it without fouling him, where he gets to go to the free throw line and watch the ball go through the net potentially 3 times.
Well, that was in the act of shooting a 3, so he's got 3 shots here, and he is an 87% foul shooter. Coming up tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, a huge Big 12 matchup coming your way. Number 11 Baylor hosting Texas in Waco.
Texas going to have to deal with Jacoby Walter, who is now, I mean, he's a freshman, but he's playing his best basketball right now. Got off to a slow start. But the guy that's really killing it is Yves Missi, their freshman big guy. He's been spectacular of late and was really good against Kansas.
Roach with his 3rd shot and makes 2 out of 3. NC State by 5 and the ball. DJ Horn 43% beyond the 3-point line. You really got to watch that. He had 20 points against Carolina on Saturday, but only 4 in the second half.
NC State can run some different things with Ben Middlebrooks in there because he's mobile, so he can run outside a ball screen.
Taylor denied. Went for the bounce speed, and that was spoiled by Diarra. He got down on the deck, and a tie-up. Possession arrow keeps it on this end of the floor. It'll be Duke ball.
Really good job by Mohamed Diarra putting that right hand in the passing lane. So you give a little pocket pass, which is just a short bounce pass. Usually big guys have their arms up. He had it down in the passing lane. That caused that near turnover.
Big junior from France. Nice pass, Young. Couple of fakes, and he bounces it off the window.
They talk about footwork. When Ryan Young comes into the game, you know he's going to fake and he's going to pivot, but still he gets you. He's just so crafty in the lane.
Taylor, 22 Saturday. He had 24 the game before that against Florida State. He's really been their guy coming off that bench. Shot clock down to 7. Taylor gets a look at it. Lost it. Got it back. Horn off the fake. Here's a triple. He fought for the rebound. It comes to Duke. Proctor again to push it. Here's Roach. Well, that was kind of ugly. Mitchell fought for it. Fights again. Great effort there for the basket.
And Mark Mitchell, the lefty, he leads Duke in field goal percentage and offensive rebounds. But he has done a great job the second half of this season. And now he's knocking down open shots. In ACC plays 47% from 3. Doesn't shoot many of them, but now he's making them. Early he wasn't.
Plucked away by Young. He hits the deck. Look at this effort. It's off his hand and out of play. But a tremendous effort there. 1-point game. Big fight here for Duke.
Just a great job by Diarra to get in there and disrupt that with that hand low, and then look at terrific footwork and fakes to get Ben Middlebrooks off balance and off the floor to get that what looked like an easy score because he did really hard things well.
So forcing his way inside, and a shot clock violation. Did not get it up to the 10. So Duke with an 8-0 run after NC State started the game 9-0.
That shot clock violation was caused largely because of Ryan Young's hustle going after that ball. NC State, you're not going to get a reset. They got to go full court.
Proctor lifts. Got it. And Duke comes all the way back and then some to grab an 11-9 lead.
Tyrese Proctor, that's his 44th 3 of the season. And Jon Scheyer will tell you that he may be Duke's best shooter. He hasn't projected as that because he's been in and out of the lineup with different injuries.
Taylor tripped up by Roach on that effort.
DJ Burns jumping out. Looked like there was a near switch, and that's not something NC State wants, to have Burns on Proctor, but they gave him enough room. He could just gauge that and pull up. You don't want to give him horse shots out there. Really, you want to make Duke put the ball on the deck without catch and shoot opportunities, but at the same time challenge him off those drives. It's tough to do.
Duke leading the ACC in shooting percentage, also 3-point shooting percentage. And they've been the #1 passing team in the league as well, coming into play tonight. Burns another touch. Here's O'Connell. Yes, nothing but net from 3-point land.
Jeremy Roach got caught in no man's land. He was halfway between Burns and O'Connell. If you're going to double, you got to double. Otherwise, you got to be able to close out.
Roach again. Just a couple of shots he would typically hit. It comes free and blocked by Diarra. He slammed it away from Mitchell.
Now Diarra first down the floor on the other end.
Taylor wants to hustle. That shot won't drop. Duke got all over it and a whistle with 12:29 to go. As it rolled out, it'll be Duke ball.
What a block by Mohamed Diarra with that left hand. And NC State couldn't get it to go on the other end, but Diarra's done a great job on the glass, especially in ACC play. His last 6 games, he's averaging 10 points, 9 rebounds, 1.5 blocks. And in ACC play, he's averaging over 8 rebounds a game.
He had a monster game against Boston College, had 18 rebounds in that game.
That gets your average up.
Indeed. So he stayed by 1 and pressing a little bit. Now they'll pull it back.
And one of the reasons you press up, they were trying to force a turnover, just slow the advance. Now they only have to guard for about 18 seconds once Duke gets into something.
6'9" freshman Sean Stewart now in the game for Jon Scheyer. Talk about passing ability.
Now watch Jeremy Roach here. He's in between those two, but he doesn't go to double. He just stunts, but he stunts a little bit too far. Stunt is like faking at the ball. You give a little fake like you're going to trap, but you got to recover. That's just too long to go.
And Duke takes a timeout so as not to turn it over here and give it back. NC State on top 12-11. 12:13 to go here in the first half at PNC Arena. The Nation of College Basketball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com. NC State has actually won 6 out of the last 9 against Duke here at PNC Arena. So this has been a tough house for the Blue Devils coming into play tonight. Give you a look at the ACC top 10. North Carolina and Duke separated by 1. Virginia, Syracuse, by the way, up to 20 wins now.
And if you saw him in Maui, you'd think that was a bit of a surprise. A lot of contact on that lob, but well broken up by Casey Morsell.
O'Connell off the window on the other side. Parker Jr. will draw the foul.
Dennis Parker Jr. did a really good job switching off on Kyle Filipowski on the defensive end when he came in. Then an offensive rebound, now going to the free throw line. Good minutes to start this game.
And that is number 2 on Filipowski, who had himself a ball against Virginia on Saturday. 21 points. Had a big slam in that one. Totally enjoyed himself.
We go back to the start of the game when NC State went right at Filipowski with DJ Burns. That was why. You hang one foul on him, you're going to pick up a foul in the first half just on random plays. But you target a guy and go after him, he picks up one. I mean, now you can't play better defense than to have him on the bench.
Parker missed the pair. We're trying to retake the lead here. Under 12 minutes to go first half. Ryan Young now in the ball game, by the way. Around the back, Proctor trying to pull his way through. Kicks it out for Young. He tried for the quick pass. Around the horn it goes. Power in the game. Around and out with TJ Power.
Where does Duke go for offense right now? We've got Ryan Young, TJ Power in the ball game. Power's a 3-point shooter.
Oh, out of nowhere, up high. Stewart with the rejection.
What an elite athlete he is.
Parker, it's going to be a travel. Duke, impressive D there. That's 3 turnovers now for the Wolfpack.
Just a tremendous block by Sean Stewart, who is just getting better and better early on. Still had that elite athleticism, but just wasn't sure what was going on out there. He's much more sure of himself right now, in the right spots and trusted when he goes on the floor.
Yeah, he led Duke with 8 rebounds on Saturday. Second straight game with 8 rebounds. Young off the double. And close. It's Power. He can't finish. Young wins it back. Looking for help. Roach. Shot clock down to 10. Young up to set the screen. He will step forward and drop in 2.
Well, what a nice play by Jeremy Roach. He just called for the ball screen to get DJ Burns out on the floor and took advantage of it. Really well done.
Cell sealed. He'll turn and fire anyway, and it's off target.
We'll talk about a tough 2, having to take that turnaround jumper in traffic.
Proctor again. Can't nail it. Young went fighting for the rebound. The official's going to keep it on this end.
Right now, Jeremy Roach is going to try to put DJ Burns in as many ball screens as he can. And you got Casey Morsell off balance, just takes that little extra step to get by. That's a legal play in basketball. And Jeremy Roach going to take a little break, but he's such a key element in this Duke team, his leadership above all. But he's just had a great senior season.
Only 35 turnovers all season long for Roach. He's been so steady. McCain denied by Morsell. Crowd wanted to travel.
Well, that's just great defense by Morsell to stay in front.
Young roll on the basket. And bounce feed. There's a foul. Stewart gets hit, going for the slam. And he'll be to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that guy's got another step on his ladder that most players can't contemplate. And that's why you want to put DJ Burns in as many ball screens as you can, because it's the recovery. Now all of a sudden you have to help on that roll. And there was a throwback, and then Ryan Young could just drive it. And now one's got to guard two, and he's a good passer.
Stewart has scuffled at the line. He had been 11 for 21 before that make, but he's got another one coming. Dad Mike played 8 years in the NBA. Look good on that too.
Jon Stewart over his last 2 games, 15 points, 17 rebounds, 6 of them offensive, and 6 of 9 from the field. Those are good minutes off the bench.
Getting a chance to play. Burns with a catch. Tiptoe into that paint. That's tough to stop.
Especially with the footwork. You know, he's so big, you try to keep him out of the middle. He can drop step. He always wants to get to that left hand. Now, that is a difficult guy to guard with his size and feet.
7 points. Still going up high, snags another rebound. Finds Power, and he nails it. The three-pointer from the corner.
That's what TJ Power can do. Coming into this game, 12 of his 13 field goals made have been threes. Now it's 13 to 14, if my math is correct, Dave O'Brien.
And I believe it is, sir. Under 9 in the first half. Burns again, switches it in. He has 9 points. That's 3 more than he had in the previous 2 games combined.
He's listed in the media guide as 275, but I think that's his left leg only.
Proctor gives off to Stewart with a leaner and knocks it down.
If Duke can get this kind of production from Jon Stewart, that gives them a lot more options coming off the bench and makes them more powerful. You're not taking any sort of dip when you sub.
Again, this is with Filipowski saddled with a couple of fouls. Oh, look at that kid downstairs to Diarra for the easy slam. Jay Burns, he's fun to watch, man.
He is fun to watch. That's a long way to go to double. And Burns saw it, and then Diarra put himself right under the rim.
Burns is a big who really invites that double.
Might have to triple him, he's so big. It's $15 in an Uber to get around in front of him.
Shot clock down to 7. Proctor to the baseline. Another nice pass. Oh, still couldn't finish. Tapped out high. Reset of the clock. Power again. Rounding out. Duke comes back with another couple points. McCain on the baseline.
NC State cannot keep Duke off the offensive glass. It's been Jon Stewart. Ryan Young has done a good job. 10 offensive rebounds in the game already for Duke. So the first shot defense for NC State's been excellent, but they're giving up these easy second chance opportunities.
Burns just wants it every time down. Not this time though. And it will be Duke ball. TJ Horn, the 6'2" guard out of nearby Cary, North Carolina. And DJ Burns out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, being honored here. Their families on hand as well. It's always really cool to watch. There's real emotion on the floor.
And you never know these days. This is Casey Morsell's second senior day. He came back for another year, so he got to do senior. That's why he wasn't holding a jersey. He got one last year. And I think they told him, we're not giving you 2. He should have gotten a home and away.
5th-year man. And Horns had a terrific season here for NC State, trying to spring a big victory over the Duke Blue Devils, the number 9 team in the country here. Duke shooting 32%, but they're getting very good bench play. They're outscoring the Wolfpack bench 9-0.
Let's throw back.
And they get a long one on the way, but that one dropped from McCain. Another offensive rebound. This is the story of the first half. Duke is crashing the offensive glass.
It's 12 of them now.
Horn's been pretty quiet. Try to bounce that one from Middlebrooks. A loose ball and a whistle.
And they'll get Ryan Young on the foul. That's a tough pass. To just give a little pocket pass to Ben Middlebrooks and have him catch it, be able to make a play in the middle of the floor.
That's his first foul.
Ben Middlebrooks transferred in from Clemson, and his uncle is Danny Cannell. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So I was asking Ben today, like, where would you rank your Uncle Danny's basketball knowledge? And he says, on a scale of 1 to 10. I go, yeah. He goes, I give him a 6. I go, you're an easy grader, man. Come on.
Kennell's a great family out of Southern Florida. His dad was a marvelous surgeon. Inside, Middlebrooks in. Traffic will land in and go through the line.
Well, what a terrific job by DJ Horn to drag the defense out where he got an angle, and he could hit Ben Middlebrooks on that roll right down the middle of the lane. Instead of trying to turn the corner, he just dragged the defense. He got Michael O'Connell popping out, and then Ben Middlebrooks just getting a run to the basket with that hard roll, and a great catch and finish.
6'10" junior is home for Lauderdale. And that didn't touch anything.
Middlebrooks has had some really good games this year. He's coming off. He had 2 really good assists against North Carolina to go with 5 rebounds, and then had a couple of 12-point games and 7 rebounds, 9 rebounds against Florida State and Syracuse.
Duke by 2 under 6. Roach lifts. Rebound tapped out. O'Connell to run. Couldn't finish it. McCain couldn't make him pay on that one, but another offensive rebound.
Well, those long ones are tough to get when you're trying to protect the basket first.
Mitchell in the back down on the double. Middlebrooks knocked it away and saved the basketball.
Right, he also saved Michael O'Connell, who's trying to play defense down low. He came from behind, knocked that away. That was a great play by Middlebrooks.
Warren wants it. Mitchell out to stick to him. Mitchell sticking right with him.
What a defensive job by Mark Mitchell to stay in front and force that tough shot.
McCain tiptoeing in, and a block by Diarra, and went to save it as well.
We are seeing, Dave, some hustle plays in this. Not just the block, but the save. And then O'Connell. And watch what O'Connell does here. The block first, and then the save, and then O'Connell throws it right off the noggin of Ryan Young. And NC State keeps possession.
Young picked up a foul on that play, too. That's his second. DJ Horn will take a seat. And Diarra already with 3 blocks in the first half.
Bench play has been so solid for Duke, but John Shire can keep Kyle Filipowski on the bench with those 2 fouls till the second half.
Burns trying to make a spin on Stewart and hits it.
Sean Stewart's strong, and he went flying there with a little bump from DJ Burns, and that allows NC State to put on some full court pressure, try to make it chaotic.
DJ Burns with 11. All knotted up at 22. Proctor with a misfire. Another high rebound to Duke.
NC State can't grab it. Duke keeping it alive and chasing it down. That is really keeping Duke in this.
Power with a pull-up. Burns looking for an opening in the paint. Got it! 13 and counting for the big fella. Burns coming out to guard Roach. Shot clock at 5. Proctor tried to make a move. Now he'll launch it and hit it.
What a shot.
Clutch. Tyrese Proctor with 8.
You played 29 seconds of great defense, and that was just a fantastic shot. The defense by Marcel was excellent.
Burns rolling right past his defender. And once again, it was Stewart hitting the deck.
There's almost nothing you can do with single coverage. It's like guarding an NFL center with a ballerina's feet.
DJ Burns exploding in his first half. After 2 really quiet games, he has 15 points. On the drive, Roach, that's a pretty play. Right by everybody.
Well, just attacking DJ Burns, see if he can recover. Just got right past him. That's a spectacular drive by Jeremy Roach.
Burns has scored the last 6 points for the Pack. Working hard for it, knocked away by Stewart, and that is actually going to be touched by NC State. Not a play. So it'll be Duke ball when we return.
How many guys this size do you see moving like this? Spin, and then another spin, and then out top, you give a little move, he spins back. Who wants to take a charge on that? No, thank you, Dave O'Brien.
Couple of assists for him. He said, I watched a lot of Hakeem Olajuwon growing up. I just happened to end up with a Zach Randolph build.
Maybe 2 Zach Randolphs. But he's just been spectacular offensively in this first half. And Dave, I think the defense of NC State has been excellent. The problem is they've not finished it up with an offensive rebound, with a defensive rebound. Duke has 14 offensive rebounds off 24 misses in this game.
Amazing.
And they're 13-2 in second chance points ahead of NC State. That's really what's keeping them in their second chance opportunities.
Proctor way downtown and nothing but net. He has 11 here in the first half. Tyrese Proctor.
It was great to hear the studio analysis of my roommate Seth Greenberg. We shared a house at Alabama this weekend because it was Parents' Weekend. Hotel rooms were tough to find, and I got to tell you, Dave, Seth Greenberg's snoring is unacceptable.
Marcel drives it. He's denied. Kick back out to Middlebrooks for a second chance. Taylor, shot clock down to 1, and he's hit. He draws the foul, and that with 0.5 on the clock. Talk about a bailout there.
Yeah, not a good foul. Sending NC State to the foul line. North Carolina State has not taken a lot of threes in this game, just 1 of 3, while Duke is 4 of 16 after that last Proctor 3.
Proctor picked up the foul. Taylor to the line, 79%. And our SEC Big 12 Super Tuesday doubleheader, last one on ESPN, starts in Gainesville, Florida, taking on Alabama at 7, followed by round 2 of the Sunflower Showdown between Kansas State and number 14 Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse. Remember, the Wildcats upset the Jayhawks February 5th. They're on the wrong side of the bubble right now, so this is a huge one for them.
It's always big when those two teams play. I'll tell you what, Alabama had better be ready to rebound against Florida, because talk about a good offensive rebounding team. The Gators go get it off the offensive glass.
Roach found an opening, and that'll drop in. Nice touch for Jeremy Roach, and 8 points.
Those little floaters are not easy, but Jeremy Roach, his middle game is really outstanding. Just always under control when he puts the ball on the deck. His presence has been really important in this game with Kyle Filipowski on the bench for those 2 fouls.
Ben Middlebrooks, and that's going to be on him. An offensive foul.
Just gave the hook to Tyrese Proctor. He had the size advantage, but Proctor pushed him off the lane a little bit. And watch this left arm when he turns. He just hooks him and puts a little elbow in the back of his head.
So as well as things have gone in many respects for the Wolfpack, and especially for DJ Burns, it's still 32-28 Duke here in the final seconds of the first half.
And it's all because of the offensive glass for Duke.
Mitchell turning, firing, taking the hit. And Mark Mitchell will shoot 2.
And NC State tries to extend its defense, but Duke able to pass out of it. And it's that second pass that's really difficult to deal with in a rotation situation. You got 2 on the ball. That means you're playing 4 on 3 on the backside.
So 2 fouls on Middlebrooks. Burns getting ready to check back in for Kevin Keats. As Mitchell has another one coming. And with his 15 points in a dazzling first half, Burns returns. And this man has only played 4 minutes, Kyle Filipowski, because of a couple of quick fouls.
It's always a difficult decision when you got a player pick up a second foul in the first half. Do you play him and trust him not to pick up a third? But Duke, who's been within a few points throughout the first half now with this lead, that was probably a really good decision by Jon Scheyer.
Duke Blue Devils, they're getting some production off the bench.
They've had some really nice contributions. Ryan Young's come in. He's grabbed some rebounds, done a good job with hustle. Sean Stewart blocked shots, offensive boards. There's been some really nice contributions off the bench with Kyle Filipowski on the bench with those 2 fouls. Sometimes you think, hey, a guy with 2 fouls, you're playing great defense on him yourself by not keeping him in the game. But it's a risk worth taking, especially on the road. When you're able to stay close, or in this case, Duke with a 5-point lead. It's a really smart decision. Now you've got a full second half without concern with Filipowski coming back in.
NC State holding to the last shot of the first half. Taylor up high. Orcel trying to get free. 3 seconds left in the half. Turn around and he hits it. And that will conclude the first half. Very entertaining first half. And Duke heading to the locker room with a 3-point lead on NC State. Of any more foul difficulty in the second half as they look to pick up their 24th win.
You have to think NC State's going to go straight to DJ Burns, but it's broken up by Roach.
Roach with the depth and with the finish.
They were looking, they were going to set a little screen for Casey Morsell, come out for a ball screen and get a high-low with DJ Burns, but it was totally broken up by Jeremy Roach.
Burns looking to go to work again. Comes up top for Morsell.
Good job by Diarra to keep that alive.
His line driver will go.
Casey Morsell's had a difficult season. Last year he knew where his shots were coming from. A lot of catch and shoot playing off Jarkel Joyner to Quavion Smith. It's been a little different this year.
Yeah, he was held to 9 points by Carolina Saturday. That won't touch a thing. Mitchell way off the mark with his first shot of the second half. 35-32 Duke as we toss it to Angel Gray.
Hey guys, I was able to catch up with Coach Keats, and he said we checked a lot of the boxes. They wanted to play with the fast pace, also play through Burns, who has 15 points and a half, but he said offensive rebounds have been a problem. They got 9 extra points because of it, 9 extra shots because of it. He said because of that, we have no transition points as well. Their only transition points came at the beginning of the game when they had their 9-0 run.
Burns with another terrific pass. And Diarra with the basket to make this a 1-point game.
You can't get caught staring at DJ Burns. You turn your head. Diarra with a fantastic cut to get that pass from Burns.
Burns with his 3rd assist. Roach scooping and finishing that one.
That's his 2nd step-through move of the game. In the first half, he did that for a short jumper. That time got all the way to the rim with that step-through move.
3 or 4 times a game, you see that veteran presence, a guy making a play like that. You're not doing that as a freshman necessarily. Burns on Filipowski. And got position and dropped in 2 more for 17 points.
And right there, I thought Kyle Filipowski played too straight up and down. You really have to get low and try to use your leverage against DJ Burns. He's still going to try to back you down. But once you get straight up and down, he can get around you and not through you.
McCain. 10 seconds to get off a shot. Roach taking his time.
Diarra's got good feet, so he can switch.
Here's the long one and can't connect.
Really good defense by Mohamed Diarra there, switching off and then forcing that tough shot over.
He's staying with a chance here to grab the lead, but too strong for Morsell.
Place the lid was ready to come off if Morsell hit that one.
McCain with a stumble. Proctor to set it up. Filipowski looking for a cutter. McCain fires, no. Mitchell, what a tough rebound and a stick back too.
What a great offensive rebound by Mark Mitchell. On the backside, he judged that very well. A shot from the right, most likely if it misses, is coming off to the left, and he positioned himself beautifully for that offensive board.
This has been a great offensive rebounding performance by Duke tonight. But still locked up in a tight one, a three-point advantage. They are, yes. He'll stick that one. He can do that too. The big fellow with a nice stroke, and he has tied it at 39.
That's his 15th three-pointer of the year.
Filipowski, he will connect.
Get a little cross screen, little to big, and Filipowski got really good position where he can get an angle to the basket. You want to post so deep that you don't have to make a post move.
His first basket, first points tonight. Roach sealing that baseline, pushed him into the lane, and a foul.
A really good use of DJ Burns, just going around him, and no defender's going to be able to get around him to try to stay with you. But DJ Burns, watch this pass. Nobody picked up DR, who made a great cut down under the basket. And DJ Burns, he's just going to back you in, use his footwork to get around and lay it in.
Hard tonight anyway from 3, 4 for 16. As Casey Morsell goes to the line, he makes 76%. And another one coming for Morsell, and now your all ACC team.
I think the first four are pretty solid. But I went with Armando Bacot, even though Blake Hinson and Norchad O'Meara make great cases for first-team All-ACC. But Bacot, the only player in the league averaging a double-double and leading the league in rebounding. That's a tough decision for first-team All-ACC. So many players have played so well throughout the course of the year, not just in ACC play, but overall.
Duke by 1. Roach. Stewart. An impactful first half. He rolls on in and drops in 2 more.
A pretty open side pick and roll. There's nobody in the corner. That corner is open so that you don't have a tag guy to get in front of Sean Stewart as he rolls to the basket. What a nice catch and finish. He's had really good minutes off the bench for Duke.
6'9" freshman's become a new storyline for John Shire here in recent days. Warren around the back, 9 to get off the shots. He's trying to get going, leaning in, 2 points.
Really took advantage of the switch where he had Stewart on him, and instead of settling for a jumper where Stewart's length could bother him, he just used his ball handling ability to get in the middle. Those floaters aren't easy. He just made it look easy.
Only 4 points for Horn, came in averaging about 18. Filipowski, only 4 minutes played in the first half. That comes right back to him.
Surprised he didn't shoot that.
Proctor does. Around and out.
Good defensive exchange by North Carolina State. Their defense has been outstanding all game long. It's just been the defensive rebounding that's let them down.
The Pack trying to take a lead here. Rebound batted to the baseline. Horn, a short jumper. Got it.
Give Ben Middlebrooks the credit there for keeping that ball alive.
This crowd has been dying all night to be a big-time factor, and now they're up by 1. We have had 8 lead changes tonight.
NC State really making catches difficult and pushing Duke further out on the floor. A lot of dribbling, not a lot of passing because of their passing lane coverage.
McCain finds himself open, and it rattles in.
DJ Horn got knocked down coming off a screen that left Jared McCain wide open for that short jumper, but still it's just a 2.
Freshman's had huge games for Duke. Let's see if he has a big second half here. Hand off O'Connell. Diarra with a spin, blocked.
What a recovery by Sean Stewart to take that right out of his hands, because Diarra had pivoted right around for an easy layup, and Stewart just blocked it. Like Ben Middlebrooks keeping that ball alive. Went right to DJ Horn after Jared McCain over pursued. You know, it's those kind of plays that don't really show up in a box score that can make a huge difference.
Shot clock at 8 on the inbounds. Burns again. Young trying to stick with him. His fall away. And a whistle underneath there to go against the Wolfpack. 13-14 to go. And they'll get Diarra for number 2.
Sticking all over Jared McCain through those screens.
Shot clock a factor, down to 7. McCain on the baseline. Tough pass to Stewart. Off the window, no. Rebound coming free to the big guy, Burns.
That's probably a rebound that in the first half Duke came up with. At that time, North Carolina State played excellent defense and just finished the play by grabbing the rebound.
Taylor for Burns. Swatted away. Once again, Stewart is the man to meet him.
His impact has been meaningful.
Roach with a triple. Another high rebound. Young had it come free. Taylor up ahead. Diarra. NC State surging back in front by a point. 12 minutes to play.
How hard has Mohamed Diarra worked in this game at both ends of the floor?
Roach deep in the corner, and but it's caught by Stewart, and up and in for 2.
Anytime, Dave, there's an air ball, it's advantage to the offense because you can, as an offensive player, you can follow the flight of the ball. Defenders are looking to block out, sometimes take your eye out, but you're expecting it to hit the rim.
Any good NC State fan can tell you that. We're selling the paint, going to turn around. That rolls off the rim. On the run, Roach pushing the tempo. McCain for three-point land, swishes it in.
Well, give credit to Tyrese Proctor there. When he got that ball, just gave a little flip pass to Jeremy Roach to start that break.
Duke by 4. Burns had a brilliant first half. Trying to find that magic again, and a whistle. And a foul against Duke. That'll be against Ryan Young. That'll be 3 on Young. 10:57 to go here. We've got a timeout.
Well, you want to see some springs. Watch Sean Stewart. The elevation to block that shot. That's a big-time block by the freshman. When DJ Horn fell down, able to knock down that mid-range jumper. And he's especially dangerous in transition because he just runs to that three-point line. I think everybody remembers that 35-point performance against Florida State where he made 8 threes, set a freshman record for Duke, and tied a freshman record with those 35 points, tying Zion Williamson. Pretty good company.
Yes. Yeah, had that game in Tallahassee. Now the freshman didn't look anything like a freshman, by the way, but blowing kisses in the stands. He became a villain, which very few freshmen ever do in that game, and really kind of grew into a star over that period of games for Duke.
He was like a video game in the first half. It was ridiculous. Anytime you put on a Duke uniform, you're all of a sudden a villain. I don't know how that happened.
Burns at the line and in and out with the first one. 66% foul shooter. With a 6'9" grad. And made the second and give him 18 points.
NC State going to go with some full court pressure, make it difficult, trying to force turnovers, make it difficult just for Duke to get the ball up the court. Try to take some time off so they don't have to guard as long in the half court.
Duke with only 3 turnovers in the game, very clean, none so far in the second half.
Good job by Diarra, just extend that catch a little bit.
Filipowski turns to fire. Knocks it down. A three.
Diarra gave a little bit of help when he thought it was going to be a handoff. And Filipowski just faked the handoff, turned around, shot a three.
That's how tight this game has been. This is the biggest lead, 6 points. Burns takes a stumble. Picked up by McCain, working on O'Connell. He'll lay it up and in.
Oh, what a great job by Jeremy McCain in transition. Put the brakes on and let O'Connell fly by.
And that brings a timeout for Kevin Keatts. Timeout thanks to a 10-1 Duke run. They have opened up a 55-47 advantage.
Go out of Chip and Joanna Gaines' restaurant Magnolia in Waco.
Oh my.
Hope they make tip.
Takes a long time to get to Waco, but it's a great stop once you're there.
It's so much fun. And Scott Drew's done an amazing job with that program over the last 20+ years. Everybody knows they won a national championship a few years ago, but they're starting to really round into form. They've been playing a little bit more zone, and the development of Eve Misi has really changed that team.
So I've got 10 minutes to go in this one. And we'll see if Duke is at that moment when they break away, or can NC State continue to get the basketball to DJ Burns, who was brilliant in the first half.
How do you guard this? It's like playing against your dad in the driveway when you're 8 years old. And I think John Shire is saying, let's go single coverage with this, make him take a tough shot over. He certainly doesn't want to foul there, but at least you're not giving up open threes. You bring a double, and you have to ask yourself, how do you feel about open shots anytime you double the post? But that is a tough cover for Sean Stewart, for anybody, because once DJ Burns starts backing you down, you're going wherever he takes you.
That's for sure. 21 points. Back to a 5-point game. That's a season high for DJ.
But really the trade-off, Dave, is those are twos. And do you give up those tough twos so that NC State doesn't knock down a bunch of threes?
Filipowski, tough catch there by Roach, and even more difficult shots.
It looked like he was stopping that cut midway through, but still was able to complete it. Once you go back door, you have to go. And still he was able to make that catch and finish.
Jeremy Roach, 14 points. John Morsell. Warren looking for room with the floater. Rebound tipped and controlled. Here's McCain. McCain wants to stop Pop and knock it back.
How about that? In the old days, you try to get a layup, and now you take that open three. It's a big-time play.
Diarra can't answer. Burns strong. Count that. That's goaltending on Stewart.
Well, that was going in anyway, so you might as well wipe it away and let him know you're there. But once DJ Burns grabbed that rebound, he's got a guard in front of him. There's only one place he's going. That's to the rim. And Jeremy Roach looked like he tried to stop that cut, but that's a tremendous catch.
59-52. Working behind the screen. Here's Proctor. Proctor over the top. Stewart with a finish. And he'll be off to the line.
A really smart play by Duke. They tried to get DJ Burns in a ball screen action in the middle of the floor, and then they did it on the open side on the left. And Burns has to try to stop the ball, then recover to Stewart, and wound up picking up a foul in addition to giving up the bucket. But he's playing more in drop coverage. But that just gives Sean Stewart that clean roll to the basket because it's an open corner.
Stewart already into double figures, his 10 points. No three-point play. Diarra had the rebound pop free, but he'll control it. NC State in the danger zone here. 61-52 Duke. They have North Carolina looming on Saturday at Cameron Indoor at 6:30 on ESPN. The bounce for Burns. Into heavy traffic. Pass will fire a long one and can't hit it.
Just didn't make a clean catch to get that shot off.
Roach blowing right by and will lay it in with a quick step.
How about that change of speed, that extra burst by Jeremy Roach.
Diarra. Pass into the paint. That's in and out. Another rebound comes to the Duke Blue Devils.
Both Burns and Diarra were fighting for that offensive rebound. Both of them knocked it to Duke instead.
Filipowski out of the double. Proctor's triple. Boy, he got a great look.
Well, that's the second time that Jared McCain has been there to knock the ball away as a rebounder bringing it down. Didn't come away with either of them, but knocked them away.
Duke by 11 with 7 to go. Burns, a whirling dervish, will draw the foul.
Looks like they got Stewart first before Filipowski could foul him.
7:02 left. And we've got a timeout. Duke trying to break away. They lead at 63-52.
Were there a lot of pictures?
You said that. Duke gets another point.
I'm kidding.
By the way, they went back and looked at the McCain shot, and they did rule that a triple on the floor. It was ruled a two-pointer, so they picked up another point in the timeout. So it's Duke 64-52.
Duke shooting 63% in the second half. Some of it's come in transition.
Burns again off a window, as sweet as you please.
He's having his way, but the one thing, these are twos and tough twos. And Jon Scheyer making the calculation. If DJ Burns can beat you with twos, one thing he's not going to allow is for NC State to get hot from the three-point line.
Duke has made 8 of their last 9. Poked free by Diarra. And they're going to get Filipowski for the whistle.
Well, that foul saved the bucket because that was a run out for NC State after Diarra knocked that ball away. It was basically 4-on-0. So Filipowski's foul saved an easy basket.
His third personal.
Jon Scheyer choosing not to go double. I mean, that's a difficult shot that clearly DJ Burns can make over and over again. But he would rather trade that tough two for doubling and perhaps giving up open threes.
DJ needs a helping hand from a teammate. He's been terrific. Looking for more here. Pass will launch a long one and knock it down, the three-pointer.
And that's what Duke was trying to avoid. But when Sean Stewart went down, he needed help. And that left an open three-point shooter, and DJ Burns took advantage of it.
Proctor gave up the dribble. Filipowski, shot clock to 6. Orcel sticking to him.
What a pass.
And nice finish, too, by Stewart.
Well, you had Jared McCain at the three-point line opposite, and Stewart just got right in front of the rim and made himself available. That's a big-time pass over Casey Morsell by Filipowski. Filipowski's second in ACC play. He's second on the Duke team in assists. He can pass it.
Burns dumping it down low. Diarra, hung on the iron. He wins it back. Here's Horn in the corner. Horn to the baseline. Yes. He was a blur.
What a finish by DJ Horn.
Duke by 7. McCain over the shoulder. They're working around the horn to Roach. Got it. It's a 3.
That is fantastic ball movement. Got NC State in rotation. The ball moves faster than you can rotate back.
Duke back on top by 10. That's spits free. Duke to run. They've got a 3-on-1. A fast break. The tip won't go. Roach is underneath. Here's McCain. He's fouled and he hits it. He hits the triple. Goodness. So Duke had a chance on a couple of tips after missing the layup, but they make the 3 with a foul.
Boy, what a heady play. After this miss and the miss of the tip, what a heady play by Jeremy Roach to look back out to the three-point line. Morsell, his momentum took him right into Jared McCain. That's a back-breaking three.
Let's go to Angel.
Guys, John Shire said Jared McCain is one of one. He has not been around a person that is more confident than him. He said even when he has a down game, he always thinks about the next play ahead. He only had 2 points at halftime. Right now, he is on a surge in the second half. Coach Shire also said he's the swagger infused in this roster, guys.
And his nails are beautiful.
Yeah, that's been well documented. 10 straight care of those. He has 14, and those are in the second half. 14 points in the second half for Jared McCain.
And that transition three where Duke had a 2-on-1, could have been a layup when he pulled up for three. And then that 4-point play. Those are big plays by Jeremy McCain.
16 for the game. Huge second half. Roach left it behind. Wins it back as he hit the deck. Still loose. Big scramble. Burns gets in there. Possession arrow keeps it here on this end of the floor for the Duke Blue Devils.
Well, what a great hustle play by Sean Stewart. He's been all over the place in this game. Double-figure points. He's grabbed some offensive rebounds, blocked 3 shots, and that's a big loose ball to come up with. And he's bleeding.
Kevin, got Max Abmas coming your way. That is Texas at Baylor. That is the second game of our big Monday matchup.
Yeah, for Texas to win this game, Max Abmas needs to be aggressive. Play downhill, get in the lane, make plays, and put pressure on the backcourt of Baylor.
Over 3,000 points in his great career. He's going to add to that tonight. Back to you, Obi.
Yeah, thank you. 3:28 to go here. 0.1 on the shot clock. Jay, what do you have time to do?
Just a controlled tip. You throw it up to the basket and hope you get fouled.
Tyrese Proctor to put it in the baseline for Duke here, leading 73-59. And the heave. NC State to take over. And since NC State got to within 7 and the crowd really got into it, Duke has gone on a 7-zip run.
Stagger. Duke switched it on the catch.
Proctor comes up to guard him. Diarra will heave it up there and can't hit it. Morcell with a big rebound, returns it.
Well, what a big rebound by Casey Morcell. Grabbed that with 2 hands. And again, it's just a 2, and with this deficit, NC State's going to have to force some turnovers. Duke only 4 turnovers on the game.
255th all-time meeting between these two. Duke leads it 151-103. In recent years, Duke has had some problems on this floor. There's Roach blowing by everybody again and dropping it in with the right hand for 21 points.
Duke just spreading it out and trying to use some clock. They don't want to be in a hurry here. They don't want to take the air out of it, but the clock's your friend with this kind of lead.
Stewart got in that passing lane again.
No reason to push it up the floor right now. You can burn another 30 seconds. This makes a comeback by NC State that much more unlikely.
Yeah, approaching 2 minutes to play. Sean Stewart has really been an unsung hero in this game.
He's been fantastic. Just his athleticism, his energy. He's made a bunch of big plays.
Filipowski off the fake. Got Diarra airborne, and he completes it.
This is the way you salt away a game, especially on the road. Duke making some really good decisions on the offensive end late. They're shooting well over 60% in this second half.
Burns needed a lot more help as he will draw the foul with 1:40 to play. Needed somebody else to explode too, and it just didn't happen. The lineup coming up on Saturday is a dandy, including the Sonic Blockbuster, North Carolina, and Duke. At 6:30 from Cameron Indoor, Jay will be there with Dan Schulman. Burns off the inbounds, will lay it in. And a timeout, NC State.
Duke more concerned there with taking away the 3. They don't want to give up the 2, but you'd rather give up that slip and allow DJ Horn an open three.
So some of the NC State fans heading for the exits here at PNC with a score 77-63. And if it does play out that way, the Wolfpack will drop to 17-13 and 9-10 in the ACC, and dropping back-to-back games should it come to pass against North Carolina and Duke. They beat those two last year. It's a big reason that the Wolfpack played their way into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they were a different team last year with Jarkel Joyner, Terquavion Smith. They had guys that could just manufacture baskets, and those two I thought made Casey Morsell better. You know, he could just catch and shoot. But NC State did some really good things in this game. I mean, defensively, I thought they were really good in the first half. It was just the offensive glass that crushed them. They weren't able to get those defensive rebounds to end really good defensive possessions. And in the second half, Duke's been surgical, just surgical in the way they've gone about it. This is Duke and North Carolina, the two most balanced teams in the league. The balance between their offense and defense, and those two things are connected.
That's a great point, and it means they can win without necessarily the stars having huge games.
Yeah, and to have Sean Stewart come off the bench and give this kind of performance in this atmosphere, that bodes well for Duke as they go to Washington, D.C. for the ACC tournament and then the NCAA tournament.
ACC tournament beginning on March 12 in our nation's capital. Proctor with a shot clock to 5. And another offensive rebound. Duke has been giant in that category with 19 of them.
And NC State's only got 3 team fouls, so if they wanted to play the foul game, they're going to have to foul a lot to get there.
Not going to do that. Shot clock again down to 3. Filipowski attacks and lays it in.
It turned out to be a great decision by Jon Scheyer to keep Kyle Filipowski on the bench, playing only 4 minutes in the first half. He's been a presence in the second half. And
foul with 43 seconds to play. And that'll go against Stewart. NC State here on senior night, able to go to their bench.
Alex Nunnally coming into the ball game. And Cary, North Carolina, just got engaged. So he's got a lot on his mind.
It was a nice moment too earlier in the first half when Burns went to the bench for a breather and Roger Ayers, the official, went over and just congratulated him on his career. Tapped him on the shoulder and they exchanged a couple of words, and it's a nice gesture between a longtime official and a guy finishing up his college career.
And Alex Nunnally's got a decision to make. He may want to continue his career playing by transferring where he can get a graduate degree, and he's thinking about law school. I tried to talk him out of it. Going to learn a lot of big words.
79-64, and DJ, after a tremendous effort, 27 points. It will end in defeat here tonight, but he was a one-man band for a long stretch of this game.
He was unguardable one-on-one in the post.
So Duke will sail to the victory in the end. They broke away at about the 10-minute mark, really, and put the hammer down tonight against NC State. And they are going to knock them off. The number 9 team in the country will improve to 24-6. Nunnally from the wing and won't hit it. Rebounded away by Filipowski. So the final seconds here at PNC. Duke winning it. An impressive second half for the Blue Devils. 79-64 the final score.
Well, with a great second half performance.